Hello everyone, welcome to my brand new channel. Most of you are probably joining from the E3 channel, but if you're a new viewer, how's it going? My name's Keegan. This is my channel where I'm going to be posting just about anything I find interesting, whether that's a new game, a different type of strategy content, or maybe I'm going to an event and vlogging it, or really anything. Honestly, if there's a subject I'm interested in, I want to do like a deep dive, research it, a lot of different content ideas. There's also one series I do have planned for this channel as of right now, which I am working on. It involves, playing 5 different trading card games against someone. It's going to be a very fun series, so make sure and click that subscribe button if, this is something you're interested in. Today, I'm going to be playing the Pokemon trading card game. I'm going to be playing this Hisuian Arcanine deck. This is a brand new card that just came out in Lost Origins, which is the most recent Pokemon trading card game set. Hisuian Arcanine is a variation of a Pokemon Arcanine, a regional variation from the Pokemon Arcanine, and it has a very powerful attack. The very powerful attack is called Very Vulnerable, which would lead you to believe that it's not actually very powerful. But the way it works is if you have no cards in your hand, it does 150 more damage for 0 energy. So you're doing 160 for 0 energy. This is the primary attacker in the deck. We've got a few other evolution lines. It is a Stage 1 toolbox deck. The first evolution, the most important one, of course, is Zoroark. Zoroark in the video game, he can transform into different Pokemon, and in the card game, it's very similar, basically. He says once during your turn, you may choose a Stage 1 Pokemon except Zoroark in your discard pile, and then you discard Zoroark, and then you bring back the Stage 1 Pokemon in his place. This is a really cool ability. It lets you toolbox a wide variety of different Pokemon. We've got a lot of different Stage 1s. I've recently made additions. If you're joining from the E3 channel, you watched the first half of this episode. I have recently added the Altaria since the end of the last episode. I'm sure you guys caught that one. The Altaria is one of the few, utility stage ones we can hop into. This lets you search supporters, Bibarel lets you draw cards, and then of course Arcanine attacks, and Slowbro allows you to come back from lost game states. I've also added a few other tech cards into this. I've added the Manaphy to help deal with Palkia. The Radiant Greninja is just unbeatable without Manaphy. You need to have Manaphy to protect yourself from the Radiant Greninja. And then, of course, we've got the 3 copies of Peony now in the deck. Peony? I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. This will let you get an empty hand for Arcanine very consistently, thanks to Altaria and thanks to, the fact that it just discards your hand. You don't even have to search for anything. You can just discard your hand, search for nothing. In any case, let's go ahead and grab a few games. Today's just going to be a chill gameplay video. In the future, though, we're going to be doing a lot of good stuff on this channel. A lot of good stuff together. I'm excited. I'm excited for all of the content in the future. All of the content yet to come. We're pretty close to earning this nice little Jolteon V here. I'm excited. I'm excited. I want to add Jolteon V to my collection. The Jolteon V Max, the evolution of the Jolteon V, is, I think, at the end of this week's ladder. And that Pokemon's really strong. It does 100 and 100 snipe. We start off with winning the coin flip. This is actually huge because our deck needs a turn to get set up and then a turn to evolve the Pokemon in order to actually do anything. Unfortunately, we do mulligan though. The way mulliganing works in Pokemon is you shuffle your hand back if you have no basics, and then your opponent gets to draw a card for every time you mulligan. So they get to draw an extra card this game, which is lame, but we're going first, so we take what we can get pretty much. This hand is not great. We're going to have a couple of redraws. We get the draw for turn. Ball guy, not the best. We have a bunch of supporters. I did up the supporter count a little bit, but it should be okay because Peony can empty the hand if necessary. This level ball is going to grab. What is their active? I didn't even see. It's a Crobat, so we don't really know what they're playing. Crobat is sometimes in Eternatus decks, but it's hard to tell. I think we just want to grab a Growlithe. I think that's the plan. We're going to grab a Growlithe, and then we will Pyukumuku. Try to draw into another ball search card. That would be ideal. Little unfortunate. Didn't quite get there. We'll bench the Growlithe and pass the turn. Next turn, we'll be able to do a lot of stuff. Opponent's going to straight up concede. Okay, cool. Maybe they didn't want to play against fighting. Maybe they had a bad hand. Who knows? Maybe they were stuck with Crobat in the active, and it would have been a pretty easy win for us. So we take those. We take those. Gonna grab some coins. I might open up a booster pack or something at the end of this video if we can get enough coins to open up a booster pack. I think it's like 200 to get a booster pack from the store in here or something like that. So, rare booster pack opening maybe. Maybe pull a Pokemon. Nice little Pokemon card out of our booster pack. Oh man. Oh my goodness. It's an early morning. I was out late last night. It was my friend's birthday. We went to the arts district. There are a lot of really cool like venues and bars. There was this band that it was really interesting actually. When the coin flip began, this is amazing. There was this band that it was really cool to watch because random people from the crowd were actually members of the band, and they were like going up onto the stage throughout the performance, and it made it seem like random people were coming up on stage as the night went on, but in reality they were just like a bunch of plants. It was really cool to watch, and it was at like this, it was in like this back alley venue. There was a ton of people. It was a lot of fun, actually. Very, very exciting evening full of banter and I don't know where I'm going with all this. We're gonna grab Growlithe with the level ball. Want to get the primary attacker going. We go Growlithe, and then we go Zorua. I think, yeah, that's the plan. And then we'll go Oranguru because he's awesome, and then we will attach the capture energy to the active Zorua. This will grab us our Radiant Venusaur. I didn't check the prizes, but looks like we prized nothing too important, I don't think. Just one by barrel, one Arcanine. No, we have, this is a 3/3 Arcanine deck, okay. I think we're actually fine for the most part. I'm going to see if we can stack the Grants and find another Ball Search card to shuffle that away. We found an Evolution Incense, so I'm going to shuffle away the Grant here, and we're going to go find, I think for next turn, we pretty much want to have an Arcanine, so I'm going to grab an Arcanine. And then at the end of the turn, I will get to draw an extra card thanks to the Radiant Venusaur. So pretty good turn. We got fairly set up. Pyukumuku is also a good draw. It's just a redraw. So I'm pretty excited with the way this list is shaping up. It seems to be a lot more consistent just from these two opening hands than the previous list I played in the last video. And we get to play against RCSV. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. This is exactly the deck I wanted to play against. It looks like they're playing the Aggron variation because they have metal energies. So I'm assuming that's what they're playing. They're going to discard Path to the Peak. This might have been a card they wanted to hold. It actually does lock our Radiant Venusaur up. And as of right now, that's like one of the few ways we have to draw because we don't have by barrel in play. But, I mean, also it does lock the RCSV star, so they have to be careful of that. Looks like they were checking for their prizes. This is insane. Okay. We want to get the Growlithe evolved here. And then we definitely want to go for Ball Guy, but I think we are going to Pyukumuku first. We're going to pitch this guy. Draw a new card. Capture energy. Not the worst. Okay, Ball Guy definitely needs to be the play. We're going to Ball Guy into Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, and Great Ball. We want to try and find Zoroark if possible, and 2 out of 3 of these can find a Zoroark. So we're going to grab these 3. We have 5 cards in our hand that we need to empty this turn. We're definitely going to be Ultra Balling for at least a Zoroark. I kind of want to try to preserve this Zorua by stacking it on top of our deck. However, it does get awkward if we find the Twin Energy. So it's a little high risk, but it's a 1 in 38 chance. I think I'm going to take that chance. Okay, that's very good for us. That's very good for us. And then I think at this point we're going to attach, or are we going to Great Ball? We're going to Great Ball first, try and find a Zoroark. I think that's the plan, and we did. That's very lucky. That's very, very lucky. I'm happy about this. So we want to retreat the Zorua first before evolving it, because when we evolve it into Zoroark, it'll have two retreat cost, basically. And then at this point, we can attach the Capture Energy, I think, to the Radiant Venusaur. We need to have that extra energy attached to the Radiant Venusaur in case it gets boss's orders up. And this will grab us. I don't know if they're going to have a way to snipe us in this deck, but I think, if I remember correctly, the Aggron does do snipe damage. So I'm going to grab Manaphy here, actually. And then we're just going to Quick Ball, grab a basic Pokemon that we don't need, Ultra Ball for a Zoroark, and then just be in a happy spot. We're going to grab an extra Bidoof. I don't think we need Bidoof this game. We're going to be discarding him to the Ultra Ball, and then we're going to grab a second Zoroark to be fully set up here. And then that's going to place over this guy, and we can attack for 130, take the first prize, or not 130, sorry, 160. Take the first prize, and then draw 3 new cards thanks to Radiant Venusaur. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking good. Finding the Twin Energy is not ideal, but we can always stack it again with Oranguru, provided he doesn't knock it out. He can use the Trinity Charge effect this turn, but he's weak to Arcanine, so he's gonna need to find, like, a way to protect this from the Weakness Strike. This guy's kind of scary. The 30-30 snipe is kind of scary, but I think we should be okay. They're going to V-Star ability here. Okay, so this lets them search for any 2 cards. They've already used a supporter, so they need to, I think they need to find something a little bit better here, because now they're down in the prize race. They need to retreat this guy if possible. There's a double Turbo Energy that can retreat it. They're going to go into Barrel and draw 5 cards. There's Path to the Peak. Okay, so they have multiple copies of Path. That's going to lock our Radiant Venusaur. Now that they've used their Starbirth ability, the V-Star ability from Arceus V-Star, they don't need to worry about their own rule box abilities. I don't think they have any more after this. So I think this turn they're going to... Wow, they're going to attack? Oh my goodness, this is actually insane. This is actually insane because we can Zoroark tag into the Arcanine again. And then from there, knock out this Arceus V-Star and just be super far ahead. We'll be a full 2 prize cards ahead. How much does this do? This guy doesn't really threaten me too much. I mean, he just loses the prize trade, especially if we're ahead. Okay, drawing Growlithe is decent. Drawing Growlithe is decent. I think we want a Heavy Ball. Do we want a Heavy Ball? Let's Oranguru first and stack the Twin Energy. I think that's the best play. We found Zorua. Interesting. So Zorua and Zoroark are the best Pokemon in our deck, basically, at this point in the game. Once we have Arcanine in the discard pile, Zoroark does everything now. It's just the best Pokemon. So I think we need to obviously preserve Zorua over preserving Growlithe. I think Ultra Ball... Oh, this is actually really tricky, because we need to empty our hand somehow. We can fail one Ultra Ball. Maybe one Ultra Ball needs to discard Ultra Ball, and then we can fail the Heavy Ball. I think that's the best way to do this. So we bench Zorua. We fail the Heavy Ball. The Altarias and the prizes. We actually prized a lot of our tech cards. The Mighty Yena might be something that's useful later on too, if we can draw that out of the prizes here. And then we'll Ultra Ball and we'll fail, actually. We're not going to find anything at all. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get Slowbro in the prizes, but... Or not in the prizes, in the discard pile, but I don't think that's going to matter too much because we're going to go up in prize cards here. We're actually going to be able to knock out an Arceus V-Star for massive damage. One good boy taking down literal Pokemon God. That's... Honestly... couldn't ask for a more hype moment. Drawing Mighty Yena and Barrel is not the best. We need to find a way to get rid of both of these. As of right now, we only have a way to get rid of one of them. So it's a little awkward, I think. We might be in a tight spot here. Where we're not able to do anything on this turn, which is not good. I'm going to be real, it's not good, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. If I promote the Zoroark and we're not able to empty our hand, this could go poorly. This could go very poorly. So I think I might need to sacrifice my Manaphy. Is that the plan? Otherwise, I'm pretty screwed. I'm going to hope to get lucky. We have at least 2 draws. Okay, Zoroark is good. We're going to Primate Wisdom. We'll put back the... Maybe the Mighty Yena? Yeah, he's not doing too much right now. We'll put him back and hope to hit a Quick Ball or something. Not quite, but it does let us sort of chill behind our Manaphy. Actually, I think it's worse to be in the Manaphy than it is to be in the Radiant Venusaur, since there's a Path to the Peak. And you know what? I'm forgetting that I was supposed to add Rose Tower to this deck. I'm forgetting that now. I'm gonna make that change after this game. I was supposed to have a way to out Path to the Peak, at least one way, so I could search it off of Peony. Okay, they're gonna use the Zigzagoon to put 10 on the Radiant Venusaur and then attack for 150. Now at this moment in time, we're not in a great spot because we're actually down in the prize trade. And we're draw locked. So this is really awkward, to say the least. I think we need to hit a quick ball and just get very lucky, or else we just lose. Okay, Ultra Ball. It can do something. It can do something. It can do something. I don't know if we're going to be able to win this game. I'm going to be real. I think we missed on a turn. I think we missed on a turn there. A crucial turn. Next turn, we can Ultra Ball and, like, make something happen, but it might be too little too late. We might be a little bit screwed. I'm not sure, though. They have bosses. Oh, that's really ugly. They're going after Oranguru. Okay. Okay. That's tough. That means no more redraws. And that means no more shuffling back the twin energy if we do draw it. So we have to be kind of careful here. Alright, we do have Ultra Ball, so that is going to be able to get us to... You know, I think it's best to grab Pyukumuku. It's either that or we grab Zorua. We have Bibarel in the graveyard, so we will be able to get a fresh draw 5. There's only 3 Quick Ball left in the deck to discard cards. But there's also the 3 Peony. We weren't able to get the Altaria engine online this game, unfortunately. Okay, so what I think what we need to do is we need to grab Zorua, and we need to get a really good draw 5, more or less. We're going to tag this guy out into the Bibarel. It's either that or we tag into Arcanine, we hit, but then he'll just retreat this. So, yeah, I think we need to draw 5. I think we need to get a good draw 5, basically. Alright. Not a good draw 5. Straight up not a good draw 5. Alright, we've lost. We've lost this game, unfortunately. Unfortunately, the case is that we've lost. Maybe. Wait, hold up. If we were able to strand the Bibarel, we might be okay. Okay, let's try and strand the Bibarel. Let's try and strand this guy. We'll go ahead and level ball, see if there's anything else we can grab here. Maybe Pyukumuku can find us a quick ball. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see what we draw. It did. Okay. Okay, so this is actually all right. This is actually all right. We're going to Evolution Incense, go get the Slowbro. We need to get him in the grave this turn, so next turn we can actually hope to find a Zoroark, tag into it, and then get him set up. So I'm actually going to bench a second Bidoof. We might need to go for a second Bibarel activation next turn. At this moment in time, we're going to tag our active Zoroark into the Arcanine. We're going to be able to hit for 20 damage. Actually, I don't know if we should even hit at all, because that lets them use the card that picks up a colorless Pokemon. I don't think we're going to hit at all, actually. I think we're going to pass. He can't use the card, the supporter, that picks up a colorless Pokemon. So he needs to have specifically like a switch card or a double colorless or something. And it might have actually been a mistake. Okay, he does have a switch. Yeah, it might have actually been a mistake to tag out our Zoroark at all in that case. So I think I made a little bit of an error there. He did have a switch card regardless, so it is a bit unfortunate. But alas, what can you do? That was a close game. It was a very close game. I think if we had gotten there at the right moments, we could have made something happen. Yeah. It was a close game. We'll go down to 1 prize, but alas, what can you do? Maybe we can find a bosses off of this, and he doesn't have another switch card. But I just don't think that that's going to be the case. We need to get pretty lucky. We need to hit another boss's orders here. Okay. There's Bibarel, which is a redraw. We have 11 cards in deck. How many bosses is in the graveyard? Just the one. So we have at least one other bosses in our deck we can go for, maybe. Oh no, it's in our prizes. I guess we have to hit specifically Powpow off of Pyukumuku and then hit specifically bosses off the Bibarel draw. So this is pretty crazy, but we do have an outlet. We do have an outlet to win this. Let's see if we get there. We do not, alas. Okay. Close one. Close one, but a little bit unfortunate prizing, and we drew it in kind of a bad order, I think, hitting the 2 evolutions. There were 3 evolutions in our prizes. We weren't able to get the Altaria set up or anything, And then, of course, you know, we'll give him a well played. That was a close game. That was a close game. Not a very fun game for us. I think we had some upside. We had the cool, really, really powerful Arcanine KO, but then we were actually a little bit stuck under that path because of the Venusaur. So that's something I got to keep in mind. We're going to go ahead and add that Rose Tower into the deck. If I have a Rose Tower. I might not even have a Rose Tower. We're going to find out if I have a Rose Tower. I don't. Huh. Well, that complicates things a little bit. Maybe we trade for a Rose Tower real quick. Maybe we trade for a Rose Tower. Let's go ahead and check out the trading thing. What is it? The trading marketplace. We're going to search for a Rose Tower. Yeah. Load the server. Load the server, all right? Load the server. I need a Rose Tower. I need a card that clears that Path to the Peak so that we'll be okay against the Path to the Peak decks. Those are quite scary decks, I think. Path to the Peak does a pretty good job, unfortunately, against Radiant Venusaur. Really, nobody has a Rose Tower for trade? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to host a trade. I'm going to create a trade offer for a Rose Tower, and then we're going to just play another game in the meantime without Rose Tower. I think that's going to be the best way to do that for the video. Search Rose Tower. Okay, there we go. Do we want a reverse hollow one? I think we do. I like the reverse hollow ones. We'll try and get 2 for a booster. Let's see if people have 2 for a booster, if that's fair. We'll even throw in maybe one of these treasure chests as well. Okay, we'll post this trade, and then we'll go play a game while we wait for this, because I think it's fine. The deck is fine without it, but I think it does have a little bit of upside. That way we can at least Peony search into a way to discard the Path to the Peak that's active in play. I hope you guys are liking this content. I mean, strategy game content is something that I'm really passionate about personally. I like PvP strategy games like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, chess, even a lot of different games I've been looking at lately that I do want to make content for. I think Inscription is a card, or not a card. We won the coin flip again, 3-0 in coin flips. That's amazing. That's so cool. Back to what I was saying. Inscription is a game that I have been looking a lot into, and it looks like a lot of fun. I might make a video series, a Let's Play on Inscription as well. That's something I'm keeping in the back of my mind. Opponent is playing Darkrai V-Star. This is a scary deck. This is a really scary deck. We need to basically get set up and then I think win a prize race. That's how this is going to go down. It's going to be a little bit difficult because they can always just retreat their Darkrai V-Star. So we're going to need to be careful about our bosses. I don't think this is a matchup where we need Manaphy. We're going to level ball and start to get set up. If I can KO this Crobat, that would be super huge. We're going to get Altaria in the graveyard. I think that's the best thing right now. Because we have another level ball. We have a quick ball. I think the best thing to do now is to search for the cards that we actually want to get in the graveyard, more or less. Or not graveyard, discard pile. Different game. Not playing Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic. I'm playing Pokemon. Pokemon the trading card game. That's what you're playing, Keegan. All right. Quick Ball is going to grab Radiant Venusaur. I don't think they're a Path to the Peak deck, so I think Radiant Venusaur is going to be pretty good here. We'll go ahead and bench that. And then we will level ball also for an Hisuian Growlithe. A Hisuian Growlithe, I think. We're going to grab one of him. Play him down. Oh, actually, maybe it was better to get Zorua. I think it'll be fine regardless because we're going to get fully set up no matter what. But I think we just want to get the basic Pokemon down. I'm going to discard this boss's orders. I'm a little bit nervous about doing that because I think bosses is going to be pretty important in this matchup. But I just want to get a Zorua down ASAP so we can get into that Altaria as early as next turn. I believe that's going to be the plan. Yeah. We are going to attach the air balloons just so we can draw extra cards off the Radiant Venusaur. But I don't think I'm actually going to retreat yet. There's a chance he can actually get a turn 1 attack on the Hisuian Growlithe. And I'd rather not allow him to do that. So we're just going to pass the turn and draw 4 cards. Or not 4 cards, draw up to 4 cards. 3 cards. Peony is a good draw. Zorua also a good draw. We'll be able to bench that next turn. And then Pyukumuku is a redraw. So not bad. Not bad 3 cards to pick up. I'm actually excited to try this card out. This is my first time playing this card in Pokemon Trading Card Game. It seems like a really good card. I read this card and I'm like, oftentimes you have a bad hand and you want to discard it, and then this just gets you any 2 cards that you actually need. This is their Radiant choice, the Radiant Greninja. This card's really good. It's like one of the best Radiant Pokemon, if not the best Radiant Pokemon. They have the shiny Swag Ultra Ball. This card looks so good. I want to get some of these. I want to get some of those. Okay, they've got the Galarian Moltres V that can charge up energies from the discard, and they've got a full 3 energy in the discard right now, so they're looking pretty good. If they have a Dark Patch or 2, they can actually attack this turn, I believe, yeah. And then go up in the prize race. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary, but we might be able to KO this next turn. No, I don't think there's a way we can KO it next. Well, we might be able to. We need to find a Grant in order to KO it. Capture energy. Interesting. Okay. I think as it stands now, we're just going to play our turn to try and set up everything. So we're going to go capture energy on the Venusaur. Go get Oranguru, I think. We have another Zorua already in hand. So Oranguru is going to be the best thing here. We can use Pyukumuku to redraw. If we find the Twin Energy, of course, we're going to have to Oranguru, but that's fine. Ordinary Rod. We don't want to play that now, but I think it's fine to discard it because I don't think this is going to be a resource game since they're playing double prizers or 2 prizes or whatnot. So Peony can search for any 2 item cards. This can get us double evolution incense, I believe, is what we want to do this turn. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Double evolution incense makes the most sense. We could also grab... Nah, I think that's just the plan. We're going to get... I believe we've prized double by barrel. That is awkward. So we're going to get Arcanine Zoroark with these cards. That's the plan. We're going to play both, and then we're going to promote the Arcanine. And since they weren't able to retreat the Crobat V, then we will be able to take the KO, which is really nice. We need to get ahead in the prize trade in this matchup. That's like the whole plan. We're going to put Zoroark on top of Zorua, and then we're going to go get Arcanine. Now, do we want to actually go into the Altaria here and use it? I think we do. I think we do want to stack our deck with a really good card. I think we want to Peony every single turn. So we're going to go Zorua, tag into Altaria. And while this does kind of mean that we need to set up another attacker next turn in order to really do anything, we're going to basically guarantee that we can do that by stacking a Peony on top of our deck. And then drawing into it either with the Venusaur or with whatever else. Here we'll retreat into Arcanine, we'll take the first 2 prizes, and then be in a good position to win this game. We can KO the Moltres after it attacks using Grant. We drew double by barrel. Interesting. Maybe I should have put Grant on top of my deck. Another Growlithe good. Another Growlithe good. We can bench that guy. Maybe set up for another attack. Because this guy does 30 damage to itself. So he knocks me out, he goes to 190. And then we do 160 back. Interesting. Maybe I should have stacked. Maybe I should have stacked Grant. Does this resist fighting? It doesn't. Interesting. Okay. They have a pretty fast start. I mean, they have 5 energies in play on turn 2. That's really strong. It's just that they're down prizes. I just need to get one more kill, and then Slowbro can guarantee win the game. So that's the vibe we're on right now. Using the Scoop Up Net to reuse the Radiant Greninja. Very powerful. They're going to play down Training Court. Okay. We can't really utilize that. We don't play basic energies, but we don't need basic energies, so it's fine. We're going to promote the Bidoof because it has free retreat, and it'll give us the best opportunity to decide what we want to do here. Okay, so we can play by barrel. We can stack Grant. But then we can't empty this by barrel and the Peony in order to get the KO this turn. So I think what we want to do is we want to try to stack the grant and play out our hand, and then try to buy barrel into something good, basically. So we'll pal pad here, put back the boss's orders and the peony. These are two good cards. I think they'll help us bridge the gap into the late game. At the very least, we're going to get an attack this turn. So here we're going to stack the grant now. And then hopefully we need to find Ultra Ball, basically. That's the best card here. And we have 3, potentially 4 draws to hit an Ultra Ball. Okay, potentially 5 draws to hit an Ultra Ball. We'll take it. We'll take it. Let's go for the Pyukumuku at this point. See what we find. Mighty Ina. Okay, not the best. Not the best. I think we don't know our prizes. We do know our prizes. Well, we're going to peony anyway, so we might as well heavy ball just to see our prizes. We've got Evolution Incense. We've got 1 Zorua, Boss's Orders, and Quick Ball. Okay, we don't want to take that Zorua because we don't want to discard it. Is there anything in this hand we want to preserve? I don't really think so. I think we just want to go for peony. Discard our hands. Go for Evolution Incense to guarantee the attacker. And then I think we want to Ordinary Rod to shuffle back some of our dudes at this point. Yeah, I think that's the best play. We'll grab these 2. Evolution Incense will get the Zoroark that we need. We know none of them are in the prizes, so we can safely do this before we Ordinary Rod. Play that guy. We will Ordinary Rod, shuffle back 2 Pokemon. Shuffling back both Zoroark and Zorua. At this point in the game, they are the best cards in our deck, so we're going to prioritize shuffling these back over anything else because they can basically be anything at this point. We're going to retreat into Zoroark and then Phantom Transformation into the Arcanine. Next turn, they'll be able to retreat this Moltres, KO our Arcanine. But then we just need to find a boss's next turn, which we should be able to do pretty easily. There's Ultra Ball. That's perfect, too. That's going to be able to get the Slowbro in the discard. Awesome. This is great. This is actually really good. Growlithe being on the bench over the Zoroark is a little awkward, but I think it's okay. I think it's fine. We can Ultra Ball pitch the dead cards. Actually, we have 3 dead cards now that I'm thinking about it. We might need to stack the Zoroark with Oranguru and then shuffle it away with Altaria. That might need to be the plan. Oh, wait. They KO'd their own Moltres. They were supposed to retreat that. No, now we just win. Now we straight up just win. Because they can never beat Slowbro. They can never beat Slowbro, basically. Unless they... That is interesting. We'll promote Altaria as free retreat. But... That's really interesting that they did that. I don't understand that play very much. Regardless, we're going to get our next Pokemon set up and basically threaten that we're going to win the game, more or less. We'll go ahead and stack the Zoroark. We found bosses. Interesting. I wonder if that's something we're going to want to play. I don't think we can afford to. Unfortunately. We'll bench the Zorua. We're going to Ultra Ball, discard Peony, and Slowbro, because no matter what, first Peony will discard the second one. I believe we're going to fail here. Yeah, I think we're going to fail. I wish I had another attacker that wasn't Arcanine, but it's kind of hard to do that without adding energies into the deck. So I think the plan now is to... Is there any way I could grant and then put this in a weird spot? I could grant here, actually. That might be better. Yeah, I think this might be better. Will Altaria stack? No, I don't want to stack a ball guy, actually. Do I want to stack a ball guy? How many Ultra Balls do I have left? Oh, I have 2? Yeah, I do want to stack a ball guy. That'll at least guarantee like I can attack next turn. One of my bosses is in the prizes again. That's a little annoying, but hopefully it's okay. We'll grant we'll retreat into Arcanine, and then we'll attack for 190 this time, I believe. And then if they decide to attack back with this card, they will knock their own card out. If they don't, then they are one bosses away from losing, or at any point we can Slowbro win the game, I believe. So there's that as well. I think we're positioned to take this one, which is pretty surprising. I think their last turn was messy. They were supposed to retreat their Moltres last turn and not KO it, but I think they made a mistake there. They're just playing the turbo deck. They're probably just thinking go fast, but they're not really thinking about their position too much. Their position's actually pretty bad here. Unfortunately for us, we've already used our Pal Pad, and Bosses is in our last two prizes, so we can't actually KO that Moltres at any point. A little bit awkward, but it's okay. It's okay. We can play the slow game and just win that too, I think. They're going to use the V-Star, which adds back 2 item cards, I believe, or 2 trainer cards. No, 2 item cards from their discard to their hand. They can add back double Dark Patch, power up one of their Pokemon. But at this point, like, the only way they can win that I see on board is by attacking the active. And if they can only attack the active, then they lose straight up, because Slowbro will inevitably beat them. Hopefully by the end of this, our Rose Tower trade will be done, because I think Rose Tower is going to be a big improvement to this deck. Like, for sure. It'll help us on those extra turns that we need to just have that specific piece. We have an extra way to look for it. Trekking Shoes going to mill the Dark Energy. He's milling more energy. He's just trying to deck out. Honestly, it looks like he's trying to self-death by deck out. What does this guy do? 50 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. I like this card. I think I own one in real life. It looks really good in real life. We'll promote the Altaria. I didn't stack the ball guy, I don't think. Oh, no, I did, but I drew into it off of the Venusaur. That's right. Okay, we've got some options here. Let's see what's in our deck. Let's see what's left over in our deck. We've got a bunch of basics still. We've got the Twin Energy. I think we want to set up another Zoroark. We have 3 Zoroarks left, but we don't have an Ordinary Rod left. So we need to be a little careful about how we use our Zoroarks, more or less. I think we want to just try and set up for a game state where all of the cards out of our deck, or all of the dead cards are out of our deck, so that, like, we can just buy barrel into the Twin Energy when we need it, basically. So we're trying to set up double Zoroark and then win from there, more or less. This will grab Zoroark here, perfect. And then we'll level ball, we'll discard Bidoof because we already have a buy barrel in play. So we'll go grab Bidoof. We're going to discard this card. I want to get as close to possible to like 5 cards in deck, basically. So we'll quick ball, discard Bidoof. This will go get Growlithe. I don't think we'll be needing this Growlithe. We can discard him in the Arcanine to the Ultra Ball. I think. Hold up. I think what we actually want to do is we want to like attach and then draw 2 first. Because we might find something we want to discard more than these 2 cards. We'll see. I just want to get down to 5 dead cards, more or less. Or 5 cards left in deck, so that like at the end of the game we can just guarantee go for the Slowbro guy. So we'll go draw 5, or draw 2. There's the next Zoroark. We can't play it this turn, but we can play it next turn if we need to. Okay, so things are going to get awkward. If he has bosses, he's going to go bosses on the Zoroark, KO it. How many Zoras are gone? Just 1. Okay, this is a little bit interesting. I think what we want to do is just pass. We could have granted there. I don't know. Maybe it's not good to give him the Altaria either. We have to be scared of, like, bosses, basically. Okay, now that he's killed this, we can't lose to bosses. Okay, we gave him the Altaria, which is good. We'll promote by barrel because that's free retreat. And then on this turn, we evolve into the second Zoroark. We can bench the Growlithe if we want to. I think we're going to quick ball first, discarding Ball Guy. Go get another Zorua just to, like, pretty much lock this game up. And now we're down to 4 cards in deck. Which is bad, actually. Do we die to Marnie? No, we don't. We just have to keep cards in hand so we don't die to Marnie. Okay. We just have to keep something in hand, more or less. I think we bench the Zoroark. And then we grant, question mark? How do we get a guaranteed? I think we get a guaranteed win no matter what. Because we have Oranguru redraw. We have this guy who can draw 5. We have ways to empty our hand. I think we just pass. Either that or we Industrious Incisors this turn. I think we just give him the Zorua and pass. And sure, I'll draw an extra card here. No reason not to. We needed to keep cards in hand to not die to Marnie. But we can basically, as long as he can't, like, kill 2 Zoroarks in the same turn. And I honestly don't know how he's going to be able, like, he's not going to be able to do that. He can only kill 1 Zoroark. As long as he doesn't kill 2 Zoroarks or, like, ability lock us somehow this turn, then we're good to win the game with Slowbro Twin Energy with 0 cards in deck next turn, which is really hype. Actually, it's a really hype kill. I maybe played this game a little bit weirder than I needed to, but because we don't have bosses, I didn't want to risk anything. Like, I didn't want to go down to 1 prize and then get, like, I don't know, have some weird thing happen, or... He has the bosses now, he's going to hit the by barrel. Okay, that's scary. That's not good, but we can just tag into that off Zoroark, so it's fine. We'll go ahead and promote Radiant Venusaur. We will Ultra Ball, discarding these 2 cards. We've got Zoroark out of the deck. And then, of course, since we have 1 card left in deck, we can either Pyukumuku into it, or we can buy Barrel into it. We can do this a bunch of different ways. But I think the coolest way to do it is with 0 cards in deck. So the first way we're going to do is we're going to grab Slowbro with Zoroark. And then we're going to go into buy Barrel off of the other Zoroark. And the way decking out works in Pokemon is you don't actually die if you draw anything. You only die on your next draw phase. So we're going to win with 0 cards in deck, which is actually very hype. This is super hype. We'll retreat into the Slowbro, and then we'll use Twilight Inspiration to take the last 2 prizes. That was really cool. That was really awesome. Honestly, great video. Great video. I think I'm going to end it here. We got a lot of really cool highlight reel stuff. We got an Arceus kill. We killed Arceus with Arcanine. We got a Slowbro win. We got a victory over, you know, just a couple of our opponents. I think we are going to grab 1 booster pack and open it for you guys. Get a little bit of your gambling fix out. Okay, what do we want to open? Do we want to open Lost Origin, the newest set? Heck yeah. Wait. Yeah, heck yeah. I want to get some of the Lost Zone cards. Like Mirage Gate, I believe is the name of the card. And I also want to get... I think I want to get some of the Cramorants. Why does this default to this view? That's the worst view. All right, let's go ahead. Did our trade get completed? Nobody traded us for the Rose Tower. That's crazy. That's crazy. We didn't get the Rose Towers. Man, all this game plan, we didn't get the Rose Towers. In any case, I definitely would be. I definitely would be cutting a card for a Rose Tower. Okay. We got one of the Lost Zone cards in Fantina. Riley, I've never seen this guy in my life. Lickitung, that's tight artwork, actually. Jinx is tight. That's a really sick Gloom, too. Let's see what our rare is. Greedent. I've never seen this Pokemon before. I didn't know this was a Pokemon. I'm going to be real. Kind of a mid-rare, but whatever. Hype video. See you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see on this channel. See you guys in the next vid. Peace.